What's up YouTube? Lily Kazemi here with Dowfit Life, and today I am filming from Greece. Purpose of my video today is of course fitness related. I will be filming from my vacation, but this is not going to really be a vacation vlog. So sorry for the background noise. Today I wanted to film my observations on how Greek people eat and how that's an explanation for why the women I see mostly here, like 80% of them, are extremely svelte. You know, lots of them have six packs, but I doubt they even go to the gym. I mean, I'm pretty much like one of the heavier people here. But I went to a cafe this morning for breakfast, and in addition to my energy drink to wake me up, which is called Hell, it's like their Red Bull, 0 sugar, 0 calories. So even if this does kill me, you know, well worth that. It says gives you power like hell. I'm really eager to find out how that works. So if I do film and you see another video, you'll know I survived. But when I talked to the owner of the cafe, I said, you know, I was like, how do Greek people eat? What do they eat for breakfast? What do they eat for lunch? What do they eat for dinner? For breakfast, this is what most Greek people eat. This is called a koulouri. Probably not pronouncing it right. In Greek, you say kalimera for good morning. So I was asking him all these questions. I was like, is this what Greek people eat for breakfast? He said, yeah. He said, do you put any, butter, any kind of like spread? Because it's essentially a dried sesame bagel. And he said, well, sometimes we eat it with a little bit of feta cheese. And as you know, feta cheese is very low in calories. You can have a pretty substantial amount, like an entire ounce, for about 70 calories. And basically, as you probably know, Greek people eat feta cheese with just about everything. Salads, but also, their bread, their breakfast, very similar to Persian culture, actually, and it's one of those very low-fat cheeses. So that's breakfast, this thing with feta cheese. And said, what about lunch? He said, usually it's like a sandwich maybe, and he showed me their display cases of sandwiches, and it's, about half of this size. He said, usually just like a ham and cheese sandwich. And in fact, many of the Greek women I observed as I was walking through town, they had a little baggie like this, and were just sort of like munching on a sandwich while they ate. And then I said, well, what do you eat for dinner? And he said, well, meat. And I said, yes, meat with what? With salad? He said, yes, with salad. I said, okay. And meat here is normally lamb, or it might be a grilled chicken, but basically a very lean protein and not a lot of carbs at night. The thing is, I think one of the secrets is the Greeks, they carbo load in the morning. So you eat this carb in the morning, by the end of the day, you've burned it off. And speaking of burning off, here's another observation. So, like many cities in Europe, everybody walks everywhere. You have to you can walk to take the metro, but people rarely take cabs. They do have Uber here, although it's exorbitantly expensive. It's pretty much catered to the tourists, but basically people do their shopping on foot, including for clothes, groceries, food. They have a lot of outdoor markets. I've seen groups of girls walking together, obviously enjoying maybe the end of their summer holiday. I'm in one of their port towns, and for their socialization, they'll walk through the outdoor malls, and maybe they'll sit in the cafe and have the number one most popular drink here in Greece is called the Freddo Espresso. I don't have it in front of me now because I drink it, but it's basically like a cold espresso, and it's also whipped, so it's foamy on the top, but that only has about 5 calories. Even if you were to get a Freddo cappuccino, they don't put a lot of milk in it, so maybe you're talking 50, 60 calories. They do have an equivalent of stevia here. I don't have it with me now, but it's called canderel. So it's like an artificial sweetener. But again, that's pretty much a foreigner thing. You know, many Greeks are happy to put just like regular sugar in their drinks. For sweet things, they tend to eat, you know, natural sweets like fruits. They have a lot of fruits. They obviously have a lot of honey, but they don't have a lot of processed food at all. And the last thing I asked this guy about was like, oh, well, do you guys eat snacks? He's like, yeah. I was like, why do you think Greek people are so thin and Americans are so overweight? He said, because Americans snack and eat burger. And finally, you know, and this is all while he was, you know, waiting for me to complete my transaction. He's like, 2 of these for you, for free on the house. And I think that was just the price of making me go away, which is fine. I got what I needed from an authentic, lovely Greek man, and corroborated my observations about how, you know, most of the Greek population is very svelte, very fit. So I'm going to continue with these videos and these observations. You might also hear the flicker of a lighter near me. I would say, unfortunately, one other way a lot of people in Europe in general stay fit is by smoking. I see a lot of like those really thin cigarettes in here. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty elegant. You know, if it didn't give you lung cancer or age you, like I might be like, sign me up, because smoking actually makes you eat less. Like especially if you just sit like at a cafe and instead of taking another bite of food, light up your cigarette. But anyway, that's mainly an observation. You know, throughout Europe, like smoking is allowed in more places. People tend to smoke more cigarettes than Americans do. So I don't think that's the prevailing thing though. The reasons that I just said that have to do with more fit eating and staying active are definitely it. So I'm going to sign up at this point. I am going to eat my breakfast, and I may try this. I'm still kind of scared though. I'll let you know how it is later. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, and I'll be back with more videos on how people stay fit overseas. Thanks, and in the meantime, stay fit, healthy, and fabulous.